Lovelies, thank you so much for being here. Today, I am super excited because we are starting new beginnings. We're going to be doing a spirit led reading, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to be laying from the Little Tarot Sidekick that I did a review on yesterday. And let Spirit give us a question or a category to lay on for all 12 zodiac, you guys. We're going to be covering everybody. And then we're going to use the Oracle and tarot cards. And I got an arsenal here, you guys, at my disposal to get more details for you. So this is going to be a whole lot of fun. I'm glad you're here, like I mentioned a moment ago. And you guys, I have to share, I've been working really hard on my website. I've been building like a book of shadows over there. I'm releasing things like every day to every other day. So make sure you're checking that out. I'm going to be on a podcast here soon called As Cauldron Stirs. All spirit-led conversations. So make sure you're tuning into that. I'm going to put all the links down below. And what else, you guys? Oh, well, as always, you can get personalized readings from me via Key. And that link will be down there as well. All right, cool. So we're getting right into it. We're going to start right into Aries. And we already have cards flying out the deck. So I'm assuming your guys have a lot to say to you. All right, so we're going to reshuffle because we're only looking for one. Top question from the guides today, Spirit. What do we need to know? Oh, all right, wow. What can I do to promote more balance and harmony in my life? Give these babies a good shuffle, and we're going to see what we can pick up around that Aries. Well, for one, you could let your guard down a little bit. Maybe not work as much. The guides are saying you don't have to work every moment. And you guys, I'm always telling my clients, when we take that time out and we don't allow ourselves to stress and really enjoy that time, we're letting the guides know that we're abundant enough for that time. That's what we want. That's what we desire, to have downtime, to have the abundance, to be able to enjoy life and, live your best life, I guess I can say. Also, you need to make some detachments from people. This could be work related. This could also be some past connections that you thought were moving to the next level that are now not. So some of you really need to do a cord cutting. Again, my website, just put a cord cutting up there for you guys. And, a lot of times when I tell people about the cord cutting, they're like, oh, I did one, didn't work for me. And I can understand that, but maybe you weren't ready. Because when you're ready and you really do it, it can be really freeing, let me tell you. And I even do these things myself, so, when I'm sharing something, I'm releasing things for you. These are, personal practices of mine. All right. So yeah, we need to cut back on work. We need to cut out the negative attachments. And I feel like, for a majority of you, it's not somebody's in your life right now. This is more like, feeling connected, still thinking about this, still being emotionally caught up in it. And this is what's really going to help you bring in financial abundance and balance and harmony in your life. Look at this. We got the 3 of Swords in reverse. So we got all the heartbreak, all the turmoil you've been feeling inside, leaving. And, we're going into more abundant, more peaceful days, feeling more connected. So that's what I like seeing for you. So even if you're struggling on a financial level, you guys, let it go. Even if you can't take that time out when you're off at work in the evening or in the mornings, whatever it may be, you feel free. You bring up the feelings that you really desire to feel. Even if you don't feel like you really have a reasoning in the moment to feel that. Visualize it, daydream, make it happen in some way, because your emotions, the way you feel, lets the guides know what you're wanting. It's manifesting. It's recreating your future. So take that time out and really, use it to your advantage of feeling really good. And, another thing I like to say to my clients is, think about where your mindset is compared to somebody that's in the position of where you want to be. So let's say you're wanting to be abundant, at least enough to where you have no financial worries. What would you not be thinking? What would you not be feeling? And let it go, because that's going to be the upgrade that's going to get you right to here. Oh, let's see. Right there. All right. Thank you, Aries, for being here. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you're liking, sharing, subscribing, and all that goodness. And we're going to be moving up. That did just happen. Yes. Wow. After I told you guys in the review, these weren't slippery. Not my new cards. All right. So as I was saying, we're moving forward to Taurus. I now just have to get my cards together. Okay. Very carefully picking these babies up. Oh, and we got cards flying out the deck. We're going to take that into consideration, but we're going to keep shuffling for a minute. I want to make sure we get the Bull's energy. Guys, what does Taurus need to know or focus into? Give us some direct answers right now. And I don't know if I said this, you guys. This reading is good when you stumble upon it, okay? So this is a timeless reading. What can I do to support my healing? So Taurus, I don't know what you're struggling to heal. I mean, this could be, a wounded heart. This could be some insecurities you've been carrying on. This could definitely be health as well. And I try to avoid health. I try to leave that to doctors. Let's see. Well, one thing, Taurus, is when you see brighter days, you start going full force ahead, right? You get really excited and you put a lot of energy out and really fast. And the guys are saying to calm it down. Stop pursuing new things, stop doing new things, maybe just to be, right? And for some of you, you might have came into a better time financially, or at least, feeling more stable and secure, having a little savings, whatever it may be. And, you, and it might not even have been a lot. It was just enough to where you felt like you could go have some fun, things of that nature. Or maybe that's where you're at now and you're trying to decide what decisions to make. And the guides are saying not to go full force ahead, that you don't need to have every experience at once, to be more gentle with yourself. Spend some more relaxing times doing what you love with the people you love, feeling love. Even if it's by yourself, just letting your love for the universe, your life, whatever it may be, just overflow is going to call it in more to you. And, also I feel like for a lot of you, this is saying to take a time out on love. Yeah, we got the Fool's card here, but it was in the reverse form saying, hey, slow it down. No more pursuing new people. It's time to find, the romance in loving yourself. And I find this interesting because the other card that went flying out the deck, Taurus, is how best can I align to the frequency of love? And how you can do that is by bringing up the love for yourself. And maybe you don't feel like you're lacking in love so much, but maybe you're lacking in focus into yourself and what you really need to feel supported and loved, because it's really going to come from the inside of you. And then somebody else is just going to add into that, right? So we need to take a step back from love for you single people. It's not time to be putting yourself out there and have a romance with yourself. That's the best way I can think about putting it. You know, wine and dine yourself. And look at this. You know, do what makes you feel passionate, what makes you feel alive on a personal level. Maybe it's going out and, you know, riding your boat or riding your motorcycle or, you know, walking in nature or spending time with friends, maybe a festival, whatever it may be, whatever, you know, lights your fire. All right. So, wow, Taurus, very cool. And you don't have to take a lot of action. You know, I think that's really, you know, what's neat. You know, maybe you're searching for something, you're searching for it in somebody or an action. And it's just saying, just be, just do what feels good. You know, start falling in love with you over again. That's what you really need to do. All right. Very cool. And we're going to go ahead and move forward, Taurus. But if you need me, you know where to find me. All my links are right down below. Okay, so we're moving forward to Gemini, and I'm just writing down my timing here, you guys. All right. Gemini, thank you so much for being here. This is the first time ever we're doing a spirit-led reading, and I feel like it's a new beginning, you guys. I think we're going to keep doing this. Oh, and again, we got cards flying out the deck already, but we're going to shuffle. We're going to make sure we're getting Gemini's energy, but we'll keep those cards into consideration, okay, as we go through your part of the reading. All right. How best can I manifest what I desire? Okay. Wow. So for a lot of you, you're wondering how your thoughts, how your actions, your energy is affecting your future, right? You know, because there's so much going on that we're not even aware of, thought base wise, energetically, you know, that we got to really tune into to start really getting a good understanding. So I feel like all this is really, these three cards were kind of on track because we had the how best can I manifest what I desire? And then it's how can I attract more ease and abundance? How are thoughts affecting my reality? Okay, so I feel like you're very curious on what you're missing on a law of attraction level. If you're like a newbie, you know, or if you've been at it for a while and just, you know, want to, you know, upgrade to the next level, you're tuning in. And I think that's really, really healthy. Sorry, you guys, I'll stop trying to lean on a table. Why I'm shuffling the cards because I'm shaking the hell out of the camera. All right. Getting a good shuffle on these babies. What energy messages do we have for Gemini? Okay, so you got to get your excitement back for your life and what you're doing. And if you're looking for something new, it's time to pursue your passions. Go after something you really like doing because if it feels like a battle, if it feels like a fight on a daily level, you're not going to bring any money in. You're just going to keep bringing in more of that fight, more of that struggle, if that makes sense, Gemini. So, you know, for one, you need to focus in. You might be, you know, putting yourself out in way too many different options. Maybe you're somebody with a couple different jobs, or maybe you got some side jobs and a main gig, or whatever it may be. And the guys are saying you're taking on too much. Okay, we like the energy, you know, we like the ambition, yeah, you know, but it's just it's becoming too much emotionally on you, and it's becoming a battle, which is just keeps recreating a battle, a financial struggle, if you will, or at least not being able to move it to the next level. You're keeping yourself right there, right, Gemini. So We need to realize that maybe we don't have all the answers, no matter how far we've been on this journey, and that we can learn from others. And I feel like for a lot of you, your new thing that you need to be doing, or what you need to be focusing into, is something that you're working on with your hands, that you're creating. This could be art, is something maybe that, I'm unaware of, that you do with your hands. And wow, this will grow for you. Okay. So trust in yourself, trust in your passions and your ability to create what it is you desire. So, what you need to do is use your visualization skills, Gemini. Keep seeing your dreams being real. Allow those feelings to flow like you're already successful. You've already, accomplished this. And, just let the universe feel what it is that you are wanting to feel, because that's what they are are manifesting for you, recreating into your life for you. Okay. So you're creating the roadmap of your future through these feelings, through these visualizations, and through your belief system. Okay. So a lot of meditation, a lot of visualization. And even if you're having a hard time visualizing it, actually, seeing it, that's okay. Just continue, keep attempting. Just that there is going to, bring up the emotions that feel good around, you having that success, you living that abundant life. And you're going to just watch it recreate right in front of you. And, you don't even have to pursue anything new. Like I got the Page of Cups here. They're saying you don't have to jump in, take any more, like, I don't know how to express it. You just need to add the passion to it. You just need to upgrade in the energy around it. I feel like a lot of you are already doing it, even if it's a side gig and you need to, make it your main focus, or you're already on the path of, starting it. But there's no new work that needs to be done, I guess I can say, if that makes sense to you. This is all about your energy. That's how you're going to upgrade to the next level. All right, Gemini, thank you so much for being here. I hope I didn't stutter too much through that. And, as always, if you need me, reach out to me. All right, so we're now on Cancer. Just time stamping really quick. All right, Cancer, so glad you are here. We are shuffling these babies and picking up on energy for Cancer. All right. What beliefs or habits are no longer serving me? So we're only doing like one card readings, but I felt compelled. Most of the other people, they got cards flying out the deck, and I'm using it for more insight. So I went ahead and laid two. And the second one says, what am I meant to learn from my current obstacles? I feel like that could, definitely go together, right? What beliefs or habits no longer serve me? Guys, what do you see? Give me some direct answers for Cancer. As we go through life, sometimes, we go through some really bad experiences. And, they make imprints on our subconscious, our conscious mind, and we kind of carry them with us even after we heal a lot of times, right? Because they're just kind of there, always kind of a little bit under the surface. And the guides are saying you need to realize that the world is not a scary place, that this can be a really exciting place, a fun place. And, as I was telling Gemini, everything is not a battle. Everything is not a fight. Let's start trying to find the fun, the magic in things again. Let's take a time out and start enjoying life again. The habit is always looking at something as a hassle. Yeah, yeah, always looking at something as, just another thing that I have to accomplish, another thing I have to do. So you're losing the magic, if you will. And I feel like that is a lot of what's going on here. They're saying, drop the ball on some things, okay? Let some things fall. It's okay. And go enjoy yourself. I got the high front. You don't have to be, the person that always accomplishes everything, that does everything. You can, let some of this go. You can deal with some of it later. Somebody else can deal with it, whatever. But you need to take a time out. You need to focus into you and your energy and bring your excitement back for life. Start focusing into the small things. Go to a butterfly garden and play with the butterflies. Watch the bees, whatever it may be. Maybe you like to watch birds. Maybe you like to, go out in nature and take a walk, go camping. And, I'm going to nature because these are the things that make me balance. But you do you. All right. Whatever's going to make you feel good again. And if the first attempt it doesn't work, try it again. Try something new. It's up to you to bring your happy back. And if you need a reading on, more on details of what that could be and how you could do that, I'm here for you. But there's all kinds of magic. There's all kinds of excitement out here for you to enjoy. And you don't have to be, at the fence all the time. Okay. You can be excited. You don't have to carry all these swords from all these different people that have stabbed you. You don't have to carry that with you, or all the times you've been wounded from life. You don't have to carry that with you. And we don't have to accept every options available to us. You're going to have a long time here, a long time coming to do all kinds of different stuff. We don't have to do it all at once. And that's a good thing about life is there's so much to experience. There's so much to enjoy. And we don't have to do it all at once. We can take our time and enjoy a little bit each and every day. All right. I love it, Cancer. Bring your happy back. Let me know how you did it. I always love hearing your guys' stories, how my readings affect you. So please let me know and make sure you're subscribing. All right. We're moving forward to Leo. Hi, Leo. Thank you so much for being here today. I am super excited to be doing these spirit-led readings. New beginnings. Always fun, you guys. All right. Wow. Guides, what does Leo need to know? What do we need to be asking? Or what do we need to be focusing into for Leo? And this is a timeless reading, you guys. Anytime you pop into this, you stumble upon this, feel compelled, it is for you. What can I do to improve my financial situation? Let me go ahead and lay this next card. I feel like they're all together. What can I do to ensure I am successful in my career? So a lot of financial thoughts going on with you. So, because look, even the next card's future card for a category card. And yes, we were only supposed to lay one. I couldn't help myself. All right. So, wow. Virgo, we are wanting to improve our financial situation. If we're wanting, more abundance, we're wanting to feel more stable. What can I do to ensure my success in my career? I think we all, want to make sure that we're, upping our game or staying on top of our game at least, right? Page of Wands. So there's some kind of action that you need to personally take and not with others. So if you have like a business plan in play, something on the lines of that, you need to do it personally. Okay. That sounds pretty specific. So maybe that's only for like one or two of you. But yes. And it's time to stop sitting on something. All right. Maybe, you learned a skill, you started into something and it's great, and you just kind of stop there, like almost like you're scared to take it to the next level. And the guides are saying everything doesn't end up with you being wounded, stabbed, and hurt. Okay. Everything doesn't go there. All right. You're in control here. Lash through all the negativity, all the negative thoughts, be more fierce, be more bold, and take action. Look at this, raise a passion. That's what the guides want you to do. They want you to get more excited. Okay. That's how you're going to improve your financial situation. And I'm not saying you guys have been lazy and you haven't been taking action, but maybe you've been taking action from a place of fear, place of confusion of what direction to go to, where now you need to just sit down, breathe, meditate, and do what you feel guided. Okay. When you have these aha moments, when you have these ideas that pop up out of the blue, that's your guides. They're letting you know that's where your focus needs to be. Okay. That's coming from your higher self guiding you to bring in this abundance, to improve your financial situation. And then, a lot of times we start to second guess that, right? So don't allow that to happen, because not everything goes here. And, this card was in the reverse form. So it's showing that this is not the direction for you, but this is your fear. That this is going to happen. And, maybe you've been stabbed. Maybe you've been wounded by taking new directions, going new paths, or putting yourself out too much. But the reality of it is that we all have, or we will be. Okay. And it's part of your learning process, but it's to help you grow, to help you gain the knowledge and the strength that you need to make this action, to be bold, to be fierce, okay? Because it's not a sign of what you can do. It's just to help you grow and flourish, so you can become here and you can become the emperor. You can become the master of your finances, okay? So you definitely can, up your game from taking action from a place of excitement, okay? Feeling, what's the word I'm looking for? Inspired, not motivated to help yourself to be the next one, but inspired from a place of inspiration, okay? And there is a difference. All right, Leo, if you need more details from me, my links are down below. And like I was saying at the beginning of the reading, I've been working on like a book of shadows, a blog, or not a blog, but a podcast is coming. All right. So make sure you're getting on those links, checking everything out, and of course, subscribing so you can stay in touch with these readings. All right. So we are moving forward to Virgo. And if I call Leo Virgo a minute ago, I apologize for that. I get flighty during these readings, you guys. All right. Virgo. And I am shuffling the wrong deck. We're going to act like that didn't happen. Yeah. Moving forward. Virgo. Guides, what does Virgo need to know or focus into? I think we're going to have so much fun with these decks, or this deck, as time goes. I mean, I might start doing these spirit-led readings like once a month, so spirit can just tell you what you need to know for the month. All right. What small shift would be beneficial for me right now? Interesting. Okay. I think, just overall as humans, we feel like taking more action is going to help us, right? Especially around our career, to be more motivated, to get more done. And a lot of times that's not going to help us at all because our energy is off. We're working from a place of fear. We're working from a Hold on, you guys. Somebody's ringing my doorbell. What do you see out there? All right, you guys, just somebody trying to sell something. So we're going to move forward. All right. So, as I was saying, we feel like we need to take action when we really just need to balance our energy, look at our thought bases, okay, because that's what's manifesting. What we believe, what our thought bases are, all that goodness is what we're calling it. Yeah, here's a Nine of Pentacles putting out that ring, making an offering, and your thought basis is what you're making that offering to, if that makes sense. So if you are feeling like you're lacking abundance, you're never going to get anywhere, all that goodness, you're going to find that that's just going to re-multiply. It's like you're asking for that instead of asking to be supported, instead of asking to be abundant and to grow and flourish, you're asking for the opposite. And I know that's not what you're desiring to do, but now, it's time for you to really focus into that. And we got the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is all about love. He loves what he does. He spreads love and he moves from a place of love, right? And we got the Hierophant as well. So, let's keep in mind that everybody isn't evil. Yeah, there's good people in the world. We don't always have to have our guard up. And the guides are, kind of, saying this is a time for you to act more from a place of love. You've had some experiences, you've had some battles, and I'm seeing that, and you're just kind of carrying along all the stabs, all the wounds, right? And guarding yourself, because you got to keep that from happening. But the reality of it is, the more we focus into that, the more we try to do things to protect ourselves from that, the more we're calling it into our life. So let's release it. Let's let it go for once and all, and let's go and pursue, our sunshine. What's really going to make us happy? And we want to feel those feelings, right? And the guys are letting us know with this full card, it's in reverse form. So that's saying there's no action to be taken. Okay. No action to be taken. So it's all on an energetic level. And it's been every reading I've been talking about, to raise your energy through your belief systems. There are good people. Good things do happen. Miracles happen every day, all day, to all kinds of people. So we have things that happen bad to us and we let it weigh on us way too much. And it's time for you to focus in and like, hey, what am I carrying with me? What am I carrying with me? What am I battling with that's not part of my reality anymore? And maybe you need to do a cord cutting. I was telling another zodiac that I have a cord cutting up on my website now for you guys to take advantage of. And just the beginning stages of a little book of shadows there that we'll be expanding on. Pretty basic right now, but get over there. Make sure you're subscribing to it. And we're going to move forward. We're going to move forward to Libra, but I'm here for you guys. If you need me, all links down below. All right. Hi, Libra. So happy you're here today. We're going to shuffle these babies and pick up on your energy, and we're going to see what the guides think what questions you need to be focusing into, what categories you need to be focusing into. And I'm going to stop trying to, shuffle with my arms on the table. The camera is just bebopping all crazy. We got cards flying out the deck. Wow. Oh. Interesting. How best can I show gratitude or appreciation? In which areas of life should I be more present? I feel like today it's really hard to be present, right? We're just overstimulated all day long. So that's really the real issue. You get on Facebook, you go to check something, maybe it's business or maybe a message from friends, and the next thing you know, you've watched the reels for the next half an hour, maybe 45 minutes, or you're popping off, you're popping back in, and just really getting pulled into silly things that you really don't need to be focused into. And with people's work schedules, everything going on, our time is important, right? We don't want to waste all that time on silly reels about things that we weren't even interested in the first place. So as we start to show gratitude and appreciation, we are focusing in more to things that matter to us. So I do feel like these cards really do go and toe with each other. So very cool. All right, guys, what does Libra need to know, or shall I say, focus into, be more present, show more gratitude and appreciation to? And it's probably small things, you guys. How many, we just don't look at the small things. Wow. So the first thing you need to really focus into is your thought basis. It's like you are on a constant, feeling that you're going into a disaster. You're in war, if you will. Everything's an obstacle, everything's a fight, everything's a bad time. You just get this really negative outlook of where things are. And we're not here to survive, we're here to flourish. So as we start to, not focus into where we feel like we're not flourishing, where things aren't happy, aren't good, we start to focus into the little things a little bit more, right, Libra? We start to see, yeah, look, the Three of Wands, he's just looking out and he's kind of pouting about what the future is going to hold, what has happened, all those kind of things. Then we got the Three of Cups, and this was in the reverse form, and that's kind of, feeling salty about how life is came out to be. And we got these in the reverse form, so it's they're saying to let that go, that your thought bases are creating that is making the things the way that they are. You don't have any bizarre, crazy, horrible happening around the corner destined for you to walk into that you need to be prepared for. Okay, so you've really got to let go of the survival energy. Realize that how powerful you are, that you are the master, you are the creator of your energy, for one, that makes your future. Okay, King of Pentacles. So I would start thinking about what thought bases, what energy, what emotions, old memories that you're carrying that doesn't align with the King of Pentacles. Now, the King of Pentacles is, financially abundant, of course, but he's also, the person that everybody looks up to, the knowledgeable person, the person with all the experience, the one that's mastered his career, or, most of all, that, people are looking up to in the family or whatever it may be. But he's definitely wealthy. He's definitely stable and feels secure and is not worrying about where his next, check's going to come from, things of that nature. You got a lot of negative judgment going on. And I don't know if there's so much per se on other people, but maybe that's where you're focusing into too many other people. It says, where should you be more present? Maybe not judging on yourself, maybe not judging on where you're at in life right now, and get more excited about where you could go. Wow. You definitely need to be more present in the good times and creating good times and taking action for that. Look at this. We got the Two of Wands. We got the Ace of Wands here. Celebrations, taking actions and the things you love, spending nature. So I would say getting out and making memories this summer, celebrating, definitely taking part of any family get togethers, any celebrations with friends, anything you can, get involved in it. That's what's going to make you feel good. This is what's going to raise your passion and, really start to feel not gratitude just for others, but gratitude for your own life, your own experiences, and your own happiness. All right. I love it. Thank you, Libra. I'm so happy you were here today. I hope you continue to join me. Subscribe, like, and know that all my links are down below. Trying to build a little family with you guys, so please participate. And we are moving forward to Scorpio. Hi, Scorpio. I am so happy you're here today. As I was telling Libra, all links are down below there. If you're wanting a more personalized reading from me, want to get involved in my podcast, or check out the Book of Shadows I've been creating. All right. Scorpio. What does Scorpio? Oh. All right. How can I increase my value within? And then it's blank. Well, we're going to need some more insight. All right. So I feel like for majority of you, this is a financial career question coming up. We got, how can I increase my value within blank? Then we have, how can I cultivate more structure and stability in my life? And that's not always financial, but when I think of stability, I think of savings, feeling secure, knowing where your next check's going to come from, or your next meal. I meant to say. All right. So how's my past affecting my present? So a lot of times when we have some kind of blockage and we're not feeling stable in our life, it's, from something in our past, of course, that's kind of affecting us, right? So I feel like all these really go and flow with one another. Let's see what we can get. Wow. For a lot of you, stop daydreaming about something new. Stop thinking about and putting your energy about maybe changing careers, whatever it may be. Because I feel like some of you started off on an adventure that could be a lot more exciting than you're allowing it to be. If that could make any kind of sense. I feel like you're here, but you're daydreaming about over here. And the guides are saying that isn't as beautiful as you think it may be. And maybe it's just that, you're here and somebody else is where you want to be, and you're daydreaming about that, and you're watching that instead of focusing into what you need to be focusing into. And here's reality: you've had a lot of successes, you have a bright future ahead of you that you need to feel good about. The Queen of Cups is feeling content, fulfilled, excited, in love with herself, in love with life, passionate. And that's what you need to be letting flow from you. The Page of Pentacles is excited to take that leap, to make that next move. So this is the energy that you need to be entailing. And this isn't going to come through anybody else. It's not going to come through watching anybody else or working with anybody else. This is going to come from within inside you, fulfilling your passions, and how you need to cultivate more structure and stability in your life is by following your instincts and not being caught up in some daydreams about something that has nothing to do with anything. Okay. So I feel like, and it might not even be some daydreams. It might just be, oh, I can't believe I'm here. And, I could be over here and, things of that nature. Let that go. You have so much goodness in your life right now that you can create and manifest and call in that it's limitless. It really is. So, cultivating more structure and stability is to, feel more stable, to feel more structured, to sit down and think, okay, what is going to bring in these feelings? What is making me not feel this way? What steps do I need to take? And if it's just baby steps, that's okay. Let's not look at the bigger picture when it's boiled down to it. Let's write it down and say, okay, what can I do right now today that's going to make me feel good? And a lot of times it starts with visualization. It starts with meditation, making sure we're getting good sleep, listening to soft, relaxing music while we look and feel what we want. Okay. Look the part, visualize the part, allow it to be a part of who you are. So these guides can just call it in, because they want to create what makes you feel good. You just got to let them know what it is that it really is. All right. So let these past situations go. Them are nothing but stepping stones, learning lessons for you to get the knowledge to become that King of Pentacles. Oh, very good. All right. Thank you so much, Scorpio, for being here. Please, please, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. All my links are down below. And we are moving forward to Sagittarius. Hi, Saggies. Let me see what time it is here. Oh, we're making good time. And that's a category card. We haven't had it but one today, and it was one that just flew out of the deck. It wasn't really the card we chose for the reading. Oh my goodness. Oh, you guys didn't see that. One that we meant to pull, guys, for Saggy. Oh, right. I'm liking it. All right, so category card, present. Question: how can I make a positive impact? And then we got this. What would be beneficial for my physical wellness? We're going to set this off the side. This is going to be a bonus question that we will be answering for you, Saggy. Not to be doing something special just for one. So, but that's what we're going to do. All right. All right. Present time. How can I make a positive impact, guys? Give us some direct answers right now for Saggies. Well, first, moderation. I feel like, passion has been raising within Saggies. Like they got all these new ideas. They're kind of coming out of a time of, I don't want to say stagnation, but maybe not knowing what direction to go, not knowing where to focus into, maybe feeling like things were weighing on them, or maybe even, on their health end, they were unable to bring their full selves forth. And, now it's kind of clearing and, they're kind of coming back in to where they were before, right? It's like you're resurfacing. And there's all these different options. And the guides are saying you don't have to do them all at once. Okay, so moderation is key. I love the excitement. I see that really working for you. I feel like dreams are really coming into place, and this is what is helping you. And I feel like you're already feeling it. We have the star card here. You're daydreaming, you're fantasizing, you're excited about what you're calling in career financially wise, right? Business wise, maybe. So I feel like there's some new ideas, some things that have happened that kind of fulfill some dreams for you. That's just kind of sparked your excitement. We got the Six of Wands, which shows, you coming out of that, kind of dead, stagnant area where you're maybe unsure where to be or what was going on. And now, you're excited again. You're feeling passionate again and you're energetic. You're taking action, or soon to come you are. And Lover's card. I feel like, a lot of us Saggies, we do what we love, right? Or at least we should be. That's where our money's going to come from. And that's what I see flowing from you in your work is your love, your passion, and people really feeling that, really seeing that from you. Okay. But we also feel like, I also feel like there was another question that was answered here when it comes to what would be beneficial for your physical wellness, and it's taking moderation. So if a lot of you Saggies are like this Saggy here that was going through some health issues, or now kind of going through like a rebirth, feeling more energized, bringing more yourself forward, don't overdo it. We're really passionate beings. We love to go full force into things, and we can really drain ourselves and burn ourselves out. And I feel like if you're making some way in your health, that's the biggest thing, is not to outdo yourself. Know that there's more time to do things. It's okay. One step at a time, building, like I'm doing this blog, and I'm starting out with some really simplistic things, just to build a foundation. And then we're going to get really deep. Yeah, that's when we're going to really start building some more significance to it, right? For our family here, or should I say coven. All right, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to move forward to Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn, thank you so much for being here. I am so happy to be doing this reading today. As I was sharing with the other zodiacs, I feel like this is a new beginning, and I am shuffling the wrong deck. I've done that a couple times already. All right, so shuffling these babies, and we're picking up on energy around Capricorn. Guys, what question should Capricorn be asking, or what category should they be focusing into? Give us some direct answers right now. Oh. All right. So I laid one, and one started to come out on their own. So I put them both out here, and we got which option would be most satisfying. And then we have which areas of life should I be more present? Let's see. Which option would be more satisfying? I can't talk today, you guys. Most satisfying. All right. All right, Cappy, you got to stop looking for your happiness other places. Okay. I have the Five of Wands, which shows, all these different options, and everything's banging on each other. And you don't know which one to grab a hold of. You don't know which one to focus into. And because of this, you're just not taking action. You just really became stagnant. And, you're not really happy. You're not emotionally content. And here's what's for the taking It's in the reverse form over here because you haven't came into the energy of it to grasp it. But you have all kinds of love and happiness and joy and excitement and passion to take advantage of. It's there for you. But here's where you're at. You're here in this mode. You know, your cups being knocked over, if you will. Because you're not drinking them, you're not taking advantage of them, right? And it's because you're taking lack of action because you're focused into about what you're not happy about. So you need to be more present in what makes you smile, what makes you joyful. Maybe do a little bit of some releasing of some thought bases, some mindsets that are just really no longer serving you. One of the things I like to do is I like to write things down. I write it all down, maybe even people's names. And I'm like, no more thoughts about this person. No more thoughts about this. And you might even want to take some time meditating to really see what is going through your mind, because a lot of times it's subconscious. We don't even know we're doing it. And we got all this garbage keeping us in fight mode, keeping us angry, unhappy, sad, things of that nature, not taking action towards our dreams, not taking action what makes us passionate. Because the reality of it is your cup is overflowing. You just got to start drinking from it. All right. So I don't really know what you need to be present in, but it's not focusing into, what obstacles you think are coming your way or what hardships you've carried through the years. Okay. So we got to stop that. You got to think, what would the wise person be thinking? What would the wise person be focusing in? Would they still be caring about what so-and-so said last year? Would they still be pouting about this or that? Think about what it is that really makes you feel good and move forward from all of that. Leave it behind because you have so much success, so much happiness for the taking. That's just over here, overflowing, waiting on you. All right, Cappy, thank you for being here. As always, I am here for you. All my links are down below. Like I've been telling all the other zodiacs, I have a blog now and I have a podcast and all that goodness. It's just going to, start growing and multiplying. And I want all you lovely souls to take advantage of that. So make sure you go check it out. All right. So we are moving forward to Aquarius. And I didn't write down Cabby's time. Oh, man. Fun. All right, Aquarius. Thank you so much for being here today. Shuffling these babies and picking up on energy. Cards are flying. Guys, what does Aquarius need to know? Or ask, I guess I should say. All right, so the card that went flying out the deck says, in what area should I surrender and allow flow to happen? The card we pull says, what beliefs or habits are no longer serving me? So definitely going in flow, you think? Ooh. Your life's not over, your story's not over, and either is your happiness. Okay, you don't have to be in survival mode, just making it, getting from one day to next your whole life. Sometimes we're put in bad positions where that's all we can do, right? Or if it's emotionally, financially, whatever, we get in the survival mode and we tend to get stuck there, right? Because we want to take care of us. We want to make sure we're okay. So our subconscious, that's a lot like a child, becomes this protector that's, going to keep us working overtime. It's going to keep us worrying overtime, stressing, making sure that we're staying on top of our game so that we don't have to deal with whatever we went through before. Okay, but you are carrying too much and it's time to let it go. You need to surrender whatever you're carrying on your shoulders. And I feel like for some of you, you've got some shoulder pain going on. You know exactly what this is. I feel like for some of you, it could be a death of a loved one, a friend, but it definitely needs to be the death of caring this anymore. It's not your fault. It was then and it isn't now. It's not that, you can't enjoy those memories or that wasn't a great time or that wasn't meant to happen, but it's over with. And we have to make peace with that, right? Because this is what's out there for you. We got the star card. There's so much happiness, passion, and dreams right there for the taking for you. You just got to surrender that and leave it behind so that you can walk into new days. All right. I want you to walk into the sun. I want you to be smiling, flourishing, and living your best life. And that's what you need to let flow. Start thinking about what it is you want to feel, what you want to experience, and don't focus into any past happenings anymore about what makes you sad because we can't change it. We just have to live with what is and enjoy the time that we have here. And not just enjoy, but make the best of it, right? Make sure we're spiritually growing, we're helping others, and that we're just really living to the fullest, you guys. This life and this human body is only a short amount of time, all right? Before you're going to be on the other side and maybe coming back in another life, who knows? But this experience here is only for a short amount of time. And I don't want you sitting around pouting, worrying about what's already happened. Okay. When you have all this fun, all these passionate things for you right around the corner. Okay. So I feel like maybe some beliefs that you were carrying, or maybe even some habits that you had, you'll release them. You're going to let them go. This is you. This is you walking into new days, feeling passionate, excited about living this new life, and you're free. You're flying free. You feel free. You feel good. And, you're going to feel things that are just going to experience things or come across things that's going to make you feel alive. That's what I can't express enough here is that you're going to have something that's going to happen and it's being like, wow, Miss Geneva is right. Feels so good to be alive, feel passionate. And I am up on new days. I am living new days. The habits that no longer serve you, and maybe there's a lot more to it. I'll leave you at that. But you don't have to, it doesn't have to be a battle anymore. You can let it go. You can walk away. Okay. You're capable of whatever it is. And maybe some of it's just, always being in defense, always ready to fight, already ready to take on, that subconscious, that inner child trying to protect you in every moment, making sure that you don't get wounded, that you're fed, that you're taken care of. Maybe you need to realize that you are supported, that you are taken care of, that there's no more fight. Just time to enjoy life. All right. Wow. I love it, Aquarius. I hope that resonated with you. As always, I'm here for you guys. My links are down below. Make sure you're subscribing, liking, and sharing with your friends. All right, you guys. We are moving forward to Pisces. And I am shuffling the wrong deck once again. And not time stamping. Leave it up to me. All right. Guys, we are laying cards on Pisces. Give me some direct answers right now. Oh my goodness. Oh my, you did not see that one. This one we might keep out. You guys, I can't feel my hand. Don't laugh. These things are slippery. But no, I had a bad surgery. So my fine motor skills are non-existent. So these cards are actually easier to hold on to than some of the decks that I've been reading with, but I'm having issues today. What can I say? All right. What can I do to improve my financial situation? Good question, Pisces. What am I meant to learn from my current obstacles? All right. I feel like they go in the flow. Guys, what do we see for Pisces? What can they do to improve their financial situation? Know that you're doing it. You're making it. You're not just surviving. You're flourishing from that action that you're taking. If not as of yet, but really soon. So, I'm seeing you feeling like the Ten of Swords, like you got all these stabs in your back, holding you down, keeping you back from where you need to be. And the reality of it is that that's just a feeling, that's an emotion where you really need to be here. And the feelings that, that you are fulfilling your cup. You are calling in your abundance. 1 second. What, Jackson?
I got something to eat.
Not, I'll be done in like 2 minutes and we'll fix something to eat. Okay. All right. So the or the Nine of Cups is how you need to be feeling. And that you have all these cups overflowing, that you have all these cups to drink out of, to enjoy. All right. But this is where you have been feeling, like that you have all these obstacles, that you have all these wounds to overcome, things that are holding you back from your happiness. In reality, you've taken a lot of action. You're building and calling in abundance. You just have to let these other emotions go. I even get the King of Wands here, showing the King and Queen together. So you're fierce. You're on fire. You're really making it happen. As time goes, you're really going to see this financially. So it's just raising your energy, raising your emotions, and realizing that you are building the life of your dreams, that you are overcoming your current obstacles. All right. So you're doing it, Pisces. That's the good news. All right, Pisces. If you need more details, I am here for you. As always, links right down below. Mwah! Blessed be everyone. Thank you so much.